Are we live? Are we live and in motherfucking color? What's going on, everyone? Of course, it is another riveting episode of the Gentleman's Panel, hosted by your favorite content creator, along with four of your other favorite content creators tonight. So we have a rather interesting docket set up tonight. I'm excited to be here with you guys. But before we even start, let me just give a disclaimer. I'm doing a different type of a show because my laptop charger has a shortage in it. So my usual setup is different. I'm gonna have to read from my docket on my email. So just bear with me tonight, but we're still gonna have a great show. Hello to everyone coming in. Before we get started tonight, I just want to get a wellness check, see how everybody doing. Captivating Christian, how are you feeling, our political wellness associate?
I am good. I am good. Much better. Thank God. But I am good. Good.
Yes. Only I have insight into what that means. Hi, Jay Wilson. How are you doing tonight, Pastor?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm just really disappointed with these royals trying to scoop up random black people to walk with them everywhere. So yeah, but other than that, I'm doing okay.
Child, we got them on the docket too. Official King Payne, how are you feeling? Has it been a lit
Okay.
situation type of a week?
Okay, on period to the period. Yes,
To the
I just
period.
been keeping busy. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of new business projects that I'm working on. So I just been really busy. So yeah, but I'm
Okay.
here.
Well, I'm still waiting on them commercials to drop so I can drop them in my little commentary and promote
Yes, I'm
black
working on
owned
the commercial too.
businesses.
I am
Okay.
working on the
All
commercial,
right.
but the products are live on the website. They can be ordered at theofficialkingpain.net. If you haven't checked out my hair products, my Style King hair products, go ahead and check them out, okay? At theofficialkingpain.net.
Okay.
Okay, I got shampoos, conditioners, grease, edge control, all that stuff.
Okay, not edge control. Get the
Okay, you
man.
better have
Get them naps in order, honey. Rebel Son, girl, you finally moved into your chateau. So I'm
I
sure that you are having a
moved.
The
fulfilling week.
Sun Chateau. All right.
Yes, I moved in. I'm still unpacking things. There are boxes and
Did
things
you
that need.
sage? Did you use your shade? Did you sage the place? Did you kind of clear the energies?
I'm gonna have to do that. I will have to do that after this weekend, I'm sure.
Oh
But
God, never
hmm,
mind.
yeah.
See, I'm sure that the first room that you definitely got in order was trade, Sonny. I know it's fully furnished. The ceiling fan is working properly for them real hot,
It's
sweaty nights.
oh baby, I got everything. I got the outside area coming together. Got
Hmm.
the guy came out. I got someone coming to do the landscaping. So it's all coming along.
Okay. All right. That's cute. Okay. Well, we gonna be
Awesome,
waiting for our
awesome.
official tour. Okay.
Right.
What's going on, Nate? Hey, Miss Old School. Hi, mods. Hi, everyone. So, with no further ado, it has been a very interesting week in our world. We have everything from Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and the infamous Oprah Winfrey interview that was pretty shocking and eye-opening and very controversial. Megan and Harry, bitch, you better be in Secret Service, bitch, for witness protection, bitch. You know how Queen Elizabeth gets all the way down. Do we need to talk about Diana? Do we? Do we? They're on the docket too. But I want to start the show off with some LGBT friendly, not so friendly topics, okay? Because there's been some people who came for our necks this week. And one of those individuals was j-boog, the former member of boy band B2K, who called the recent interview between Michelle Obama and Dwayne Wade's trans daughter Zaya demonic. Now, before I even go any further, I just want to, yes or no, have you guys seen the interview? No, nobody saw. Huh?
I've seen the
You,
interview.
I seen it.
you seen it? Okay. Rebel Wilson.
I didn't see it. Listen, I'm sorry, I didn't catch up on everything because there was a lot going on here.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but I knew basically he was full of, crap anyway. I mean, I know what my opinion is on it.
Okay, well let me get into some further commentary. Then we gonna go around the table. So after the interview aired, j-boog cited, and I quote, "This is not cool, very demonic, using the child for their new agenda to take away the man, to make the woman the new man, and no more reproduction. This child shouldn't be the front runner of the movement. Sad but true. Wake up, people. This is creating the gateway for the kids that are coming up in this generation. Like the power of suggestion and saturation of the new human is scary. Look at the clothes that the men are wearing, the hairstyles. Damn, he completely came from my neck. I'm thinking I'm cute out here in these streets. Men are looking more like women by the day, and women's attitudes are becoming more manly by the day." The band member wrote with a sad face emoji. So my question to you guys is there a gay agenda to hyperfeminize men and masculinize women? And do you agree with black men like j-boog and Lil Bootsy, who seem to be very threatened by the visibility of queer people, and that meaning there is an attack on black masculinity and leadership? So I'm gonna start with you, Captivating Christian, since you did see the interview. You're muted, boo. Unmute yourself.
I know I was trying to move my screen.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Get into it.
Yeah. So, do I agree that there's an agenda? No.
A whole gay and trans agenda?
No.
Okay.
Do I agree that there is some agenda on the other side trying to wipe away masculinity or black masculinity? No. Personally, instead of always pointing the finger at another group, whether it's in the same demographic or not, worry about you and your family, and why there are a lot of single mothers still out here, or fathers not being fathers to their children. That's the issue. It has nothing to do with pushing a quote unquote gay agenda or any of that nature, because as we know, either from research or even watching movies that have been recently out, there have been people who, dibbled and dabbled in bisexuality and all those kinds of things, like Billie Holiday versus the United States. You don't think that white woman was just there being her confidant and shoulder to lean on, do you? So I'm just saying that we need to stop, first and foremost, acting like the LGBT community just popped up out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, bam, where these people come from. The community has been here for a long time. A lot of our Harlem Renaissance poets, as well as activists and all those, were very much involved in the community. So, I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, thank you for that Black History moment. I'm going to go with you, Official Kingpin. What do you think? Is there a gay or trans agenda?
There definitely is an agenda, but I don't believe that it's the LGBT's agenda.
Okay.
But there is an agenda to against the black families, for one, to destroy masculinity and to feminize the black man. Also, there's another agenda where, the women are becoming, the head of household, and they've been that for a while, but like the energy that they have now is like, I don't need no
Is
man.
this the Blair Witch?
It's like they don't need no man, so they want to be in control of everything. I see this all the time in heterosexual relationships where it's like the woman and the man are fighting over who is in control. It's like who is in control. That's what's going on, what I see. So, but it all stems from them wanting to destroy the black family. It take our power away as a community, as a people. You know what I'm saying? If our families are broken up, then our power is gone. Okay, that's part of our power.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, Kingpin. So
I'll agree with that part.
Who do you believe should have the power? Should men have the power in our communities? Should men be the leaders?
I say in the community as a people, I don't feel like it matters whether you're male or female if you're if you're leading a cause or something. But in the household, I feel like there needs to be some sort of understanding. I don't know whether it's the woman is running it or the
I
man running
can't.
it. Somebody has to be in charge. Everybody can't run the show. One of y'all have to take the lead. So somebody has to lead and the other has to follow. Whichever way it goes, the male or the female. And in black households, okay, that's what we have. That's what we're having an issue with in our black families. The man and the woman are fighting over who's in control of the household. The women have been taking care of the household for so long. It's like we don't need you. So that's why there are a lot of single mothers and families because the men leave. You tell the man to go so many times, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna leave.
Okay, so when the man leaves, then that
Hold on,
means there is no.
hold on, Kev. I want you to hold it. Just hold it in, because let me get to the other two, and then I want you to object for sure. Were you complete, Official King Fang? Were you complete?
I'm telling you, there is an agenda against the black family. Okay, and if you don't think that it is, then you're absolutely crazy. It's been an agenda since the beginning. Okay, ever since we got here to America. Okay, and we were slaves. There's been an agenda. Okay, to break our people and to destroy our people. Okay, and to keep us down and to hold us down. Okay, did you see? They were giving So we're getting all this stimulus money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's getting all this stimulus money.
Now,
And
what we talking about? The gay
they're
agenda?
giving the natives. They're giving the natives more land and stuff. They're getting more. What is it called?
What reservations? Well, why wouldn't they?
Reparations, not reparations. Reparations. They're getting more reparations. Okay, and we still haven't gotten none. It's because, and why do you think that is? With all the advances that we have made as a people, why are we still not receiving any reparations? And they're giving out more. We got the money. Everybody in the U.S. is receiving a stimulus. Every adult, you know what I'm saying? They have the money. So why are they not giving it to us? Do we not deserve it? Are we not worth it?
I'm asking the same question, Payne. The same question. Maybe we'll get into that. Passer, gay agenda. Do you think that j-boog is on one when he said that this stuff, look, is starting too young? These trans children, trans kids, they influencing other young children to be trans. This ain't supposed to be nothing that's on a child's mind. They trying to take away and destroy the nuclear black family. What are your thoughts?
It's always a scapegoat. There's always a scapegoat, and believe it or not, that's that child's decision to do that. But I think this picture is very interesting. You see that? That's B2K. They don't look too old here, but that looks very questionable to me. And the agenda should be white men who own these industries pushing an agenda. What's the agenda there? Where women are whores and men are drug dealers and gangsters, and so that's the agenda. And my thing is, I think these guys are sellouts. I think that there's an agenda. I think they're sellouts. And I think when the man got into hip hop and rap, this is what we get. We had a history of conscious rap. We had a history of fun rap. And now to be a rapper, you either got to be a hoe or you got to be a gangster because the man has his hands in it. So my question to them is, how can you see somebody else's agenda, but you can't see the agenda that they put you all in? You can't see that plantation that you're on. So my thing is, I think you have to look at yourself, and I think you need to look inwardly before you start looking at anybody else. That's my thought.
I'm also getting some feedback, so if you're not the one talking, can everybody just mute their mic so that we don't have some interference?
See, I feel like that's the problem because everybody keeps saying focus on yourself, when it's the whole system focusing in on all of us seeking to
Well, I
keep us
understand what you're
down.
saying, but
Like,
why are you
okay,
worried
so
about this
we
man's
need to
sexuality?
stop
Well,
with
well,
all
well,
that.
well, well,
Focus on
T-Pain
yourself.
wasn't an
We
agenda
need
to
to
make you
start.
gay. Was it an agenda to make you gay? Was there an agenda? Did
Could
somebody
have
bring
been,
you
you don't
out?
know. Could have been ever since before I was
I don't
born.
think so. So
I
now you're
think
telling me,
so.
now
I
you're
think
telling
so.
me that it was a choice for you to do this. So
No,
now
I'm
this
not saying
is
it was no choice. I'm just saying,
okay.
like,
Well,
certain
see, so
images
that's the
that you
whole thing.
see,
So
certain
where is
things
there
that
an
come out
agenda
on the
if there is?
TV,
Where
certain
is
things
there an
that you
agenda
are around,
if
you get to
there is
decide.
no choice? You're saying that this person had a choice to do this. Maybe that's what that child wants. Maybe they didn't want to have a child committing suicide. Maybe that they just because you were raised a certain way, that don't mean everybody got to raise their kids. This is America. People can raise their kids how they want to. There are a lot of people who raise their kids real trashy, and I wish they wouldn't do it. But who am I?
You're
You know?
absolutely right, Jay Wilson. This
Okay.
is a kid, okay? And because it is a kid, okay, it should stay in a child's place until furthest notice,
Well, first
okay?
of
They
all,
shouldn't be
this
doing
is
all
how the
nasty.
parents think. Now,
So let me know.
I don't think it's a gay agenda, but I think what this guy who has so much to say about Dwayne Wade and all of this stuff, he needs to recognize that he was used by the man, and look with his shirt all off and all of this stuff. That's saying a lot right there. That looks suspect right there.
All right, a rebel son. What
Cause
is
listen,
it?
y'all, okay?
It's a hot topic, child. What are your thoughts?
Listen, I don't think there's a gay agenda. Do you think there's an agenda to make all black men thugs, hood rats, black women hoes? Because that's the image that we're being bombarded with more so than gay images. You know, when we look at love and hip hop, what's that mindset to have a show when you see nothing but black people going at each other? Women are relegated to nothing more than a piece of meat. So a young person is aware of who they are as a child. So should I just be something I'm not, get married to a woman? That's why we have DL men, because of that mindset. So I don't think there's a gay agenda unless there's some type of gay railroad with rainbows. I need to sign up for it because we don't have a gay agenda. There's no, and for this guy, j-boog, to whatever his name is, I don't, listen, he was on B2K. Already his sexuality is questioned because I saw those pictures. I saw when they were on Cribs. When they were on Cribs, it looks like some place you could go after the club and hang out. So he should be the last one talking. Does he have children? What type of a persona does he have? What type of a positive person is he for the black youths? Is he that representative? Does he represent black men positively? And little Boosie, that's somebody that got his little son to get head from a prostitute or something. So that's what we're at. We're trying to attain those levels. It's ridiculous. There's no gay agenda. People should just live in their truth, and children shouldn't be made to be something that they're not. That's all I have to say on it.
Okay. Captivating Christian, because I want to make my remarks too, but I think you
go
had
ahead.
some rebuttals on some
No,
questions earlier
it's your
on.
time. Go ahead. You can make your remarks. It's your thing. Go ahead.
Okay, because I want to. I'm also want to speak to Indica comment. So, like the rest of y'all, I don't believe that there is a gay agenda. Like what black men are conflating is being emasculated with sexual orientation. To be emasculated is not an equation to you being gay. You are being emasculated within a white, racist, patriarchal, capitalistic, oppressive system. White capitalistic racist gatekeepers don't actually care whether your black ass is gay and sit down or straight and sit down. The agenda is just to have your ass sit down because black men are supposed to occupy the warrior class of the black community. Black men are, at least in a social hierarchy, are the providers, okay, the front runners. And so if you strip the black men, you can break down the leadership of the black community. This is what white racist psychology thinks. But this is not about orientation. And see, we even get into a deeper issue
Well, I don't even know if I'm gonna go there. But before I go,
yeah, before you could please go there, because I was about to bust a few bubbles in this whole letting the male lead.
I'd rather you bust those bubbles, or you go ahead and bust them.
I'm just saying, and with all this talk of like letting the man lead, that is a European mindset. In Africa, there are plenty of tribes of women who led their tribes. So please, let's not get this confused with this European sense of religion and man leading, and by the man leading the way, that's the only way. Honey, churches have thrived with nothing but women being the majority in these churches. Communities have thrived with nothing but women leading the charge. Okay, let's be very clear to getting social justice and change in our communities. So we need not to always sit here and focus on men and the fact that there's an agenda, quote unquote, being pushed to humanize the male, the man. Let's be very clear. Like I said before, we do our own selves a disservice by not even being there for our kids. I don't care that you have a problem with the mother. That's a different situation. But the fact that you remove yourself from the mother and your child, okay, and then want to talk about the fact that there are no women, there's no men present and men are being pushed out of the equation. You removed yourself out of the equation yourself. And then we get to a point where these celebrities, who might I add, have multiple girlfriends, multiple children by different women, want to sit here and talk about masculinity and where it's going. Check yourself.
Right.
So he has said something about the churches being filled with black women and them leading the churches. So my question for you is, if Sunday comes and there's no men at church, what do you expect the woman to do? They're going to leave.
What are you talking about? No. Let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. I'm telling you what is now, what is present. If you did a count of the amount of women in black churches compared to men, it surpasses upon great deal.
And you just proving my point. Why do you think that is? Because of the attack on our communities. Okay.
No,
why do you think that is? Did you just watch that documentary on the Black Panthers and how they destroyed the Black Panthers?
Yeah, but not with the black churches. And
that's what they do.
But the sad part about it is black men really realize that women can run these things just as good as they can, or even more effectively.
And you're private for it.
And the sad part about it is the black women step back so the men can take those positions again, and they did a piss poor job of some of them, even than that. But I want to the Indica. Let me say this: not only have black males been pressured to wear dresses, but you've had your Milton Van Burns and all of these people, Dick Van Dyke. So white men, just as well as black men, have been forced to do the dress thing. It's not only black men, it's been white men. What do you think Robin Williams did in Mrs. Doubtfire? Was he not dressed as a woman? So
he wanted to put on that dress.
How do you know? He might not have wanted to at first.
No,
look at bosom buddies.
I don't think that's just a Hollywood thing.
Other black comedians come out and says they were forced to put on dresses. Okay, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about Robin Williams, who chose to be.
It's a white thing. It's a black.
So we can't say that Robin Williams decided upon himself to put on a dress to act like an older age.
Did you talk to Robin Williams before he died? Did you say, "Hey, Robin, you want to put on a dress?"
Because was Tyler Perry forced to do Medea? He saw what sold. He saw what sold. That's what it came down to.
That's right. But I just wanted to say, in Hollywood, it don't matter if you black or white. They just want you to do it.
It was about the money. It's about the money. What's gonna draw the crowds?
Well, let's be also clear too, because now, like,
Robin Williams, like I said, he was the producer, okay, of Miss Doubtfire. He wanted to
What
put
does
on that
that
dress.
mean? All
He
that
could have
means,
picked
all
anybody to
that
do
means
it.
is
So
that
didn't Tyler Perry
wear
produce
the
it
dress,
again?
he probably asked for a
Tyler Perry
producer
wanted to
credit.
put on that dress.
So
Tyler
We
Perry
talking
listen,
had
about
the
the
whole
no,
men that have
production. He
spoken
had the
out and said
I'll
that
studio.
they
wait.
were forced to put on
I'll
dresses.
wait.
Are we
I'll
King
wait.
not
Payne, King
talking about
Payne,
the men that are
King
talking
I'll
Payne,
about
you
wait.
are much too
I'll
smart.
wait
dress?
because you
And
just
you
I
as
said
thought that
that
was
was
the
guilty
the
as that
question.
Dusty you
Okay,
We
carrying
stuck
around
in
with that
deflecting.
comment. But
That's
I'll
the
wait.
question deflecting. You guys don't want to address the question. That's what I'm saying. That's
King Payne, you too smart. You from California. I know they have good school systems in California to be thinking like that. All I'm gonna say is it doesn't matter if you black and white. Hollywood is what it is. And again, not only are black people exploited, white people are too. Unfortunately, black people are down on the totem pole in Hollywood. That's their whole thing, to break you down and to spit you out and to push agendas. And that's where I go again with Conscious TV's question. Before you start talking about Dwayne Wade, you need to look at how you were conditioned to put out these images for your own people. That's what you need to be thinking about. Why can't you be like a public enemy and spit some knowledge? You know why? Because white people don't want that. That simple.
And I just want to get in here and add this. See, there's a reason why black men feel it's not that black men are being pressured to wear dresses. It's just that black men are the only ones insecure about their innate femininity
Oh my
that they
gosh.
possess because of because of being emasculated within this culture. Black men are the only people who are hypersensitive about the fragility of their masculinity because of the emasculation. So it's not that black men are being any more forced to wear a dress than Jim Carrey was in Living Color, or Robin Williams did for Mrs. Doubtfire, and plenty of other white comedians who have chopped it up in white dresses. I also want to make mention this. The issue of black men's fragility over their orientation is really something really deep, because we have to go back to the beginning where black people were stolen and brought into this country, and black people's only reference for homosexuality was the rape and sexual assault between the slave master and black men being braked and bucked in the front yard, in front of their communities, in front of their children, in front of their wives. And black people never came back and cleaned up the issue of homosexuality and what homosexuality was represented as, which was sexual assault. So even today now, this is why black people probably struggle more with the idea of accepting queer people, because of homosexuality being confused with the rape and insidious abuse that black men endured from male slave masters as a result of being psychologically incapacitated. So until we actually sit down in ourselves, sit down in our history, we distinguish homosexuality from the sexual abuse that was used as a weapon of psychological warfare against the black community, and understand that today's contemporary homosexuals have no relationship to that insidious past. That what the slave master did to black men is not the same thing as it's not the same thing as the consenting, loving, same-sex unions that exist today. So black men in the black community, we have a hypersensitivity over sexuality and gender identity and all of those things because of all the shit that happened during cattle slavery.
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what
A
I
lot
said.
of
Now
people
that's just
don't
on
even
pure
do their
ignorance.
research
That's
to
what I
know
said.
that's where it may have started. So that's the problem. Like, a lot of people don't even do research.
Yeah, and that's why we gotta talk about it. Like, that's why we gotta have these type of talks, and we gotta really bring this thing up to the root. We as black people gotta heal it. We gotta heal it. We gotta heal it, because we are misrepresenting our queer counterparts in the black experience, and there's a mistaken identity going on. There's a mistaken identity going on, and until we sit down and get real about where this shit came from and where because homophobia is rampant in Africa, all up and through east, west, south, north of Africa. Plenty of queer tribes, same gender loving people, two-spirited people. I mean, that stuff predates.
Hell, India is a lot of cultures.
We're talking pre-colonialism. We're talking about pre-slavery, pre-colonization. Black people don't know their fucking history. We don't know our fucking history. And it's sickening at the way that we cater for masculinity. Because like somebody said, and like Captivating Christian said, even if you were being made to be, let's say hypothetically, you were being feminized. Black women are the superheroes of the Black community. So to even be effeminized would not result in you being unable to protect and reinforce safety, security, and love within your community the way that Black women are leading the charge, the way that Black queer people are leading the charge. So really what we're talking about is misogyny, and we're talking about anti-femininity, and still within that antiquated attitude is this idea that women are weak, therefore being effeminate is weak.
What I would lastly add to that is we have tons of music videos, songs, even content creators that are male, gay, whatever, that refer to women as bitches and all these other things. Okay? So we can't sit here and have an issue with an agenda feminizing men, but it's okay to call a woman out her name. I'm confused. Just I don't get it.
It's because of the deep historical trauma around the issue of sexuality. This is why sexuality is always going to be a more polarizing issue in the Black community than the disrespect of Black women, than the disposing of Black men. Like, we got more missing Black women today than we ever have in history, and nobody knows what's happening, and there's no media coverage about why hundreds of thousands of Black women throughout the United States are vanishing out of nowhere.
And and Vella Breaker had a good question when somebody got something. Oh, listen, she was saying, aren't homophobic? There are LGBT people that are homophobic towards each other.
On. Stop right there, because that's going to be my next. That was actually the next thing on the docket. Okay. Speaking of, why do you think some Black women? But no. Side question. I've noticed that many other Black queer commentators seem to have an air of homophobia and self-hate about themselves, despite being LGBT themselves. Have you all noticed this? And why do you think queer people oftentimes discriminate against the more effeminate individuals and trans women of the spectrum than the masculine? So that kind of just bleeds into where you're about to go. So go ahead, Rebel.
I was gonna say, I've experienced gay men that were homophobic. And even like on dating apps, you'll see people say no film, no facts, no film. And my thing is, if you're not attracted to that, why would I have to put that? It's like I don't have to really attack someone. If I'm not attracted to it, I'll say thank you and keep it moving. If you compliment me. But some content creators I witnessed that will call you the F word. And you look into their past, a lot of people like that came from families that made less than their other siblings, or they may have came from a father. So they're oh God, yeah, somebody needs to fix that. That's irritating.
I told everybody, if you're not talking, mute your microphone.
Okay, so that's coming from over there.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Hello. Right.
I'm the boss. Okay, now go ahead.
But I do think that it's sad because I've witnessed people say, "Oh, why you hang with them? They're too femme. They're this, they're that." And I'm like, I'm not screwing them. I don't care how feminine. Listen, I'll date gay men. You can be a little feminine. I'm attracted to gay men. I'm not attracted to men that are women. I'm not attracted to trans women. I'm attracted to gay men. But gay men can run a spectrum. They can be a little feminine. They can be. I don't want a man that's overly masculine, actually, because you're trying too hard to be something. So, I think that's sad that those people really need to find who they are, because they're trying to fit into what they feel society wants them to be.
Absolutely. Passa, what have you noticed some homophobic homosexuals, some transphobic queer men and women? Like, what do you think about these individuals?
Okay, Conscious, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I just feel that oppressed people learn how to be even worse oppressors. And it goes back to the African slaves being released and going back to Liberia and how they treated the people who look just like them, even worse. So I think that comes from self-hatred. I have seen it on YouTube where other gay men call each other the F word and all of this. And I just think it's self-hatred. I just really think it's self-hatred. Usually what you hate in others, you usually hate in yourself. And I just think that you have taken the cues from these hating heterosexual people. And I'm not saying all heterosexual people, but I'm talking about those who oppress, and then you oppress even greater. And I think that's a problem. And I see it all the time. And, whether you're trans, whether you are butch femme, it really doesn't matter. You sleeping with men. You sleeping with women. You are sleeping with the same gender. And as far as people who do not agree with the lifestyle, they could care less who you are, whether you voguing and doing death drops or you are in a suit and tie. You have sex with men or you have sex with women. And that's the bottom line. I love that line in Flawless with Seymour Hoffman when he said, "You all Republicans, but you get right on your Republican knees." And he said, "You are all of my sisters." And then he said, "F off." And I thought that was a real deep line because that tells you exactly what they think. That's you, Conscious. That's you.
I know. But I certainly agree. Captivating Christian, self-loathing queer men and women, or something else? I think you're mute. You're mute.
Yeah, if we can even talk about the people on YouTube, like there's a lot of self-hating. I mean, people will say they don't like you or never liked you and don't even know nothing about you or know who you are because you hate yourself. You hate what you see in me. You hate that about yourself. There's a lot of people who, don't like themselves and they will clearly project that on other people. And I think we need to have a lot more. People, they need to learn a lot more self-love, loving yourself and getting to know yourself. And, the world will be a better place. Again, even referring to YouTube, what I watch, there's a lot of people that don't love themselves and they'll throw out that F word quick than anybody else. But then let, a straight man or a woman say it or call them that, and instantly it's, "Oh no, how do you say that?" You can sit there and call your own connection the F word. So why wouldn't it be okay for them to say it? So it's like, get yourself in order. Stop deflecting, your hatred upon yourself or things that you don't like about yourself on other people, and deal with yourself. So a lot of it has to deal with self. We need to understand that self-love is what's needed. moving forward. But that's all I gotta say.
Okay, last but not least, official campaign: self-hating queers or something else.
Just worry about yourself, honey. Just worry about yourself. Don't worry about nothing else. Okay, on period. That's why we got into this problem now. Okay, on period. Because when they used to beat us, okay, and take our children from us and sell us off, okay, we would focus on our step because people didn't want to get killed, okay, and things of that nature. Yeah, focus on yourself, okay? You see where it's gotten us so far. You know what I'm saying? Focusing just on ourselves, okay? No, we as the people are the only people that don't stick together. Okay, we are the only people that don't come together in commerce. We're the only people that don't come together and purchase real estate, land, and have our own banks and all the other stuff. All the other people have their own banks, okay, and their money systems and stuff like that. Black people don't have none of that.
Oh, we
And
talking
that's
about
just on
black
period.
people.
That's just on period. And when it comes to self-hate,
I want to dispute that. United One is a black bank. United One is an all-black bank. We do have black banks. We have black schools.
Mm-hmm. And it's international. It's all over. Where is it at? It's where you live? Because it ain't
No,
in California.
One United is in Philadelphia, but they merged the three banks.
We
So,
need a nationwide black bank, like all the other people got. Okay. Again, that's another example of them holding us down. We have a bank, but it's only in one place in Philadelphia.
All the other people meaning white people?
White people, Chinese people, Indian people, all
they
the
have
Mexican
banks?
people,
Because I
all
don't,
the other people have their
not
own
here in
shit.
America, we don't have any
We
other
don't
people
have
that
our
have
own
banks
stuff.
like that, but white.
We don't have our own stuff. Everything we got is rented, leased, borrowed. Like we don't have our own. We need to work on that. We need to figure out why we don't have our own.
But what did that have to do with somebody?
Are you back, Christian? What's tea?
Yes, I am. I had to refill my
You
cup.
gotta go dust.
I had to refill my cup. No, you got enough dust for everybody, but I had to
No, bro,
refill
this
my
is
cup.
no, honey. That's just on period.
And I wanted to add to that, Jay. Were you going to say something?
So I really hadn't noticed the self hate. You know what I'm saying? If gay people hate themselves, I hadn't noticed.
What?
Maybe it's just the people that I don't judge people. So you know what I'm saying?
Well, I know for a fact that
With the
there's a
judging
nerve.
eye. So
I know a fact
if you
that
feel
there's
like
a
gay people
nerve.
hate themselves, then I guess that is how you feel. But in my opinion, I feel like
I know for a fact that there is a self-proclaimed nurse that always calling people that F word. And what's really funny about it is he said he don't like them kind of Fs and they so feminine. And I'm sitting there looking at him and I'm like, are you serious?
I seen him say that he was talking about me. He was talking about me. Okay,
So,
the girls always like to talk about me, but they don't like to tag me. They don't like to say my name. They like to do a little. I hear everything, girl. I got my ears
official
to
King
the I know
Pain,
what
that's
you're
the
talking
whole
about.
thing. So my thing is that a problem though? Because obviously that person is dealing with something to even call somebody that word. And I don't
feel like that. I feel like he was just mad at me.
Okay.
Okay. And you,
Yeah,
Like, you
I
know what
wanna.
I'm saying?
I
Don't have
wanted
to
to
be
add
that
to
deep.
that.
It's a salacious word. It don't have to be that deep. Just like when you say fuck, the S word, the B word, all the other words, it's salacious. Somebody make you mad, you're gonna say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay? Especially someone with a very small vocabulary like Tweedledee. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course he was gonna call me the F word because he has nothing else in his arrangement to call me. Okay, he has a very small cannon and it only blows 22s. Okay, pew 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 pew, and that's just on period.
But you know what? I noticed what Vella Breaker said she said the word before and she don't mean that doesn't mean she hates. She just used the word. So if someone says the N word, does that mean they hate or they just using the word when they
Absolutely,
hate?
because it comes from an entirely different place.
Well,
It comes
no,
from an
it's the same.
entirely
They've been using
different
the words the
place. Okay,
same
that's just on
way.
period.
People use the word as derogatory words. But if a person says the F word, does that mean they're homophobic?
I
If
want
a
to
white
speak
person
to
says
that.
the N word, does that mean that they're a racist?
I want to speak to that. I am going to play devil's advocate here. Every community has a word that describes kind of the worst of their own kind. For women, that would be the bitches of the women's community. For black people, that would be the niggas of the community. For the LGBT community, it can be the word fag, which is a word that will be used toward a disrespectful, dishonorable, outrageous, just crazy,
But the B
messy,
and F are not the
problematic
same, Conscious.
queer
B and F are
person.
not the same. B and F are not
Huh?
used the same. The B word is used as empowerment for women mostly now.
Well, no. It's a dualistic word. It's a term of endearment, but it's still also a term used to describe disrespectful, raggedy, ratchet ass, problematic women. Just like there are still black people who use the term niggas to describe black people who they think are ratchet, disrespectful, problematic as black people. And so I can't give balance to the fact that there are queer people who use the word just for the sake of identifying you the type of motherfucker who make the rest of us look bad.
Well,
But what I hmm, hmm,
thing is who came up with the word, and that's the whole thing. I look at white people in that word. I look at white men and heterosexual people who came up with that derogatory word. It's just like calling a black in Africa, South Africa, kafir, which is a derogatory term. Well, who comes up with the terms? And I think we need to start looking at the origin. I mean, we say it, but why do we say it? Why do we say it? And let's look at it. And my thing is, I don't want anybody to call me that, but then on the other flip side of it, I do my best not to call people that. And just because
I
we're
don't use the word
conditioned to
either.
do it, that
You
doesn't
know
mean
what
Both
I just
vitriolic.
learned?
They're both vitriolic words. N
Yeah,
and
I don't.
F word. They hit the
You know what
same
I
for
just
me.
learned? I learned also that the word tranny is a salacious derogatory term. I had no idea. I thought that that was an abbreviation of the word, you know, you know, but I guess the correct term to use is trans or trans
Yes,
experience. Okay?
yes.
So I just want to throw that out there for all the people because I know I didn't know.
And
Okay,
Hmm.
fish,
so I know
what
there's some
Bella,
people watching that probably don't know. So if you have, friends of the experience like I do, okay,
but
great.
all gay men don't
Don't
say
slip in,
fish.
okay, because gee, they don't like
Yeah.
that word. I had no
I
idea.
don't
I had
use
no
it.
idea. I was like, girl, they was
All
all
gay
do
men,
that.
all gay men don't use fish, Bella Breaker. There's a certain type of gay men that use that word. I don't call my
And
friends
even
fish.
that word in the community can be enduring. Like that's not even always a
But
word that's used in a disrespectful way either.
But
I,
it's never, well, from my experience, it's never been used in a disrespectful way. But
yeah.
again, like you just said, Rebel, not every gay man or man in the community uses that word. It's ridiculous.
But and even when you tell if you tell like a person that does drag or someone that's trans, if you say B, you are giving fish, they look at that as like, am I really? It's like a word that they like. They like to be called that because when I hear the word fish, I'm thinking of like I used to think of like curvy, like a mermaid or something. That's what I used to think. I didn't think of it as like, oh my gosh, she smelled like fish. I never thought of it like that. But some women don't like that word, and you have to respect that some straight women don't like the word. That's a respectful way to just honor how they feel. But to
A
say the
person
F
to
word,
person case, a case by case
right? But
situation.
women have songs conscious saying, "I'm the baddest B, I'm that
Bitch.
B."
Hmm.
Gay
Hmm.
men don't have songs say, "I'm the baddest fag, I'm that fag." We don't say the words are not. They're not the same.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't use the F word, but what I wanted to say too, and I do agree with that. But why I think a lot of queer people, why a lot of people in general hate on a lot of the effeminate men on the spectrum and trans women. I think it more so has to do with people have a big problem with people who are truly free. If you are somebody who is repressing, oppressing yourself in any regard, you're going to generate an issue with somebody who is completely liberated because they're reflecting back to you what you struggle to give to yourself. And I even believe that this is a lot of why the church harps on queer men because they can't believe that gay people have the audacity to not only be themselves, but to believe that they are completely loved and accepted by God is way too good. Like, you can't have it that good. You can't be out here happy, flamboyant, spinning, banging your tambourine, leading the choir in all your feminine, fabulous, charismatic glory, and have the audacity to be anointed and covered in the blood of Jesus.
Wow,
This
wow.
burns heterosexual people up, and it burns even other queer oppressed people up, because most people are sitting in themselves, being a product of their environment and trying to live up to societal rules and trying to live up to the expectations of their communities, of their families. And so when you see really authentic people who clearly wear I don't give a damn about your opinion, I don't give a damn about what you think, this really feels disrespectful, and people will hate you for being free.
Right.
People who in bondage will hate you for your freedom.
Yeah, we know Quan is the best choir director in town and can do your hair. And don't hate. Don't hate.
They want to use it for his talent.
Real though, if it weren't for gay men, you wouldn't have a gospel music industry. Okay? That's from James Cleveland to the Hawkins family to a whole lot of these people now. You wouldn't have it. It's been oppressed, but Ricky Dillard, all of them. So I look at that stuff.
Please let's not talk about Ricky Dillard.
And don't forget the lesbians either, because Yvette Flanders and the lady who sings "Oh Happy Day," they together. They are together. They've been lovers for a long time. So I'm just saying, the children have been in the church all the time. Period. Some of your best preachers are in the lifestyle. Period.
God, I totally agree. Okay, let's move right along, y'all. We got another interesting gender politic on the docket. And you know what? I was hearing a little bit of that feedback even when I was on mute. So I think somebody else got a partial payment issue too. But we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. Nah. So speaking of the topic of gender identity politics, Burger King recently launched a new campaign in support of female chefs in the restaurant industry, who only make up 20% of that population. With so many LGBT-centered issues being addressed along with women's equality issues in this coming age of non-binariness and gender role reversal, do y'all want to see a world where women are occupying traditional men roles and men are occupying traditional women roles? Or should some things remain the same, aka female coaches in men's sports, male nannies, female mechanics, male receptionists? How do y'all feel about these gender role swaps? And I'm gonna start with you, Pastor.
Yeah, I am. Because I'm trying to figure out who said that these jobs had to be assigned to different genders. Like, it doesn't make any sense. If a woman can do the job, let a goddamn woman to do the job, period. End of story. We need not to have this conversation. Again, we get too caught up in this European idea of a man being a leader of the household. We do know that religion was orchestrated European and was given to you by the Europeans. Now, I'm not discounting, people's religion. You can believe what you want to believe, but know that what you believe was given to you. All of it. None of it was, this part I gave to you, this part was your own. No, most of it was given to you. So all that male leading, all that was given to you. So I just feel like if a woman can do the job, let a woman do the goddamn job, period.
And Pastor, what are your thoughts?
First of all, that Burger King advertisement backfired when they said a woman's place was in the kitchen. Women were not happy with that, and it's sad that that most male chefs dominate that industry. It's really interesting too that a lot of people don't understand that females were not flight attendants at one point in time. They were barred out. It was not until the men had to go to war, and that's why women became flight attendants and dominated that position. Women had to work the assembly lines in manufacturing. That's why you have Rosie the Riveter, because they was working in those positions when men couldn't. I mean, the queen, who we're going to talk about, was an auto mechanic in the military. So
hello, and still fixing her own cars whenever they break down.
So my thing is, I just think it's sad because, I mean, how many men have missed out on nursing because they think it's a woman's job? And that's the problem that they're having in a lot of these Rust Belt states, because these men have opportunities to go back to school and become nurses, but because it's deemed a female job, they don't want to do it. And I just think that's sad, not knowing that these nurses, especially in this era of COVID, they're making bank. When you can bring $12,000 a month home, you making bank. But that's because, again, these are the norms. And that's why I go back to your first question with Dwayne Wade. Stop trying to compartmentalize people into your view in your context. Because it could be hurtful. And my thing is, what I want you to be may not be what God wants you to be. So I'm going to let God figure that out, because I think God is smart enough to figure it out. And so that's my thought on that.
That was j-boog that said that. j-boog, whatever the hell his name is.
j-boog. Official King Payne, what do you think? Do you want to see women coaches lead in Dallas Cowboys and female coaches leading the Redskins to the Super Bowl? What are your thoughts about these gender role reversals?
Okay, as long as at the end of the game you venture up into your corrective bathroom space, okay? As long as you know that the women's restroom is for you and the men's restroom is for us, like, what is all like? Like,
okay, this is coming from a man who does hair. And so, therefore, I will say that you should go to your place and be a barber and not a
I don't feel like physically that women should be competing against men in sports. It depends on the sport. Like tennis or something, yeah, whatever. But like football or something like that, like wrestling and stuff, boxing, like no.
Women are wrestlers, and they are boxers. You do know that, right?
Yes, I think
just like some men.
I said that they shouldn't compete against the men in those fields.
We weren't talking about competing. We were talking about being coaches.
I think that male or female, you should be allowed to work. Whatever job it is that you want to work.
Okay, I got a question. So it should be a separate category between men and women when y'all go to Bonner Brothers to do them hair and them hairstyles. I think men and women compete. So you think that women should have their own?
I said it's situational. It's situational. Okay. It depends what you're doing. But when it comes to work, when it comes to making a living, I agree with me.
I don't care if you got nuts or no nuts. As long as you can do the damn job, just do the damn job.
Men are physically stronger than women. That's why I feel like it matters when it comes to competition. But when it comes to work, employment, I feel like it doesn't matter. Whoever does the job's the best. Just like in relationships, going back to relationships, I feel like you guys were asking who should run a household. I feel like it doesn't matter. Whoever leads the house the best. And women, you know what I'm saying?
How you say that? That's a contradiction of what you just said earlier.
Men and women should be susceptible to that. Like, whoever is the best leader, the other person should, follow suit.
I want to say something about this bathroom thing.
You don't manage money well, you shouldn't be managing the money. Like, why are we arguing about who managed the money when you just spent all the rent money last week on a stripper? Like, don't be stupid.
Okay.
Whoever is the better leader, whoever is the better employee, whoever is the best. Okay, and that's just on period.
So let's go back to this restroom. So if you go to Europe, they're unisex restrooms, and they don't have.
I was talking about the restroom because they were talking about the sports. So like sometimes after a game, everybody goes and showers. Well, I just don't want the female coach to feel like she going to take the shower with all the men and stuff.
But she's not. She's the coach. The coach. Why would the coach need to take a shower? First of all, why would the coach need to even take a shower with the players? But
I'm gonna be
anyway,
in there taking a shower with them.
but anyway, as far as the unisex,
I'm taking a shower after every game.
as far as the unisex bathroom,
I'm not talking about high school. I'm talking about the NFL.
I've been to the 40 club, and they have a unisex bathroom.
I'm talking about FIFA.
And they have stalls.
About,
so women can go in the stalls if they choose, and they have urinals. It's not a problem.
It's a problem for me because I be trying to.
It's not. It's not at all. First of all, it's an open bathroom.
But you know what?
There's stalls and there's a urinal.
But you know what?
Urinal for you to just piss.
Yeah, I want to speak to that. Because I feel like if you really think about the problems are connected to other problems, and really the issue of sharing bathrooms, co-ed locker rooms, co-ed showers have to do with the fact that we live in a society that's objectifying a woman's body. If we literally would deal with the issue of sexualizing the autonomy of human beings, we wouldn't even have to be concerned about sharing showers or urinals, where in plenty of other countries and even parts of this country, we have co-ed restrooms in business offices and restaurants where men and women go into the same restroom in different stalls, handle their business, and are just fine. There are plenty of cultures, like in Africa, like there are plenty of African tribes where the women, it's natural for them to wear their titties out. And because of the way that that's cultivated, there's no sexualizing of breasts. So there's not a threat against women being raped or sexually assaulted. So I think we got a lot of cleaning up. I think that it's not about avoiding these things, but really like realizing, one issue is connected to another issue, and doing the work so that we can neutralize the problems in society.
Yeah, these are the same men that are making laws right now to make sure that a woman cannot have an abortion if she chooses. Like, come on. Are white men making these decisions?
But let's be honest, we are sexual beings, and we wouldn't want our boys and our girls going into the same restrooms, okay? Especially in these schools. Okay?
Well, they go to the same restroom in the gay club.
I wouldn't want no co-ed restroom in my school where the teachers.
That has a problem with you with no home training. But there we go with no home training, because the training and the lessons start at home. Okay, all that
exactly.
There
are predators out there, so I feel like especially here in America, there should be the restroom should be separated.
Well, let me say this: you have problems, and you have more predators
in these
restrooms with these heterosexual men. And I would love them to do a series on how many women were raped by transgender women compared to men. I want to, I see Jason's question here. I don't know where, I think that's a European thing as well, because I know in Africa there are tribes where women are in charge, and so I don't get that one as well. Did Claire Huxtable? I know that's the Cosby Show, but you wouldn't run that by a lot of women who are just as educated as their husband. It's an equal thing. I'm saying co-parenting, co-raising. If you make more money, the man might take that time off to raise the kid. So I think it's co-parenting.
But I get all that, but the restroom shouldn't be equal, okay? Even in the house, if you got the option to have 2 different restrooms, okay, do that, okay?
What are you talking about? Okay, I'm just kidding.
I'm lost. Their own bathroom.
Come on now. Okay, now you're reaching. That's just ridiculous. Again, training starts at home. Training starts at home, and that's where the training starts. So clearly, if you can't teach your male child to stay, to know his place, if a woman is going into the bathroom to wait his turn, as I did, having a twin sister and all that, going into the bathroom. I didn't bust in the bathroom when my sister was in there like, oh, get off or get out. I'm the man. I got to use it. Come on. That's ridiculous.
Anything like that.
And I'm going to say this. I would not be taking any advice from Rico because just because you get your business in the bathroom, you have a whole outlook about bathrooms. So I'm not taking anything from Rico.
You know what, Pastor? You know what, Pastor? You know what, Pastor? You know what, Pastor?
What?
Okay, so what I want to
bathroom. They have unisex bathrooms in Europe, but it depends on what you love.
Rico, leave Rico alone.
Okay,
but here's the thing. Like, here's the.
I don't think that we should have.
But here's the. Hold on. I need to be able to speak like when I need to speak. So I don't understand what is this hyper threat about predators, because we really have no statistical evidence to back up sexual assault in public restrooms. Do you guys know that if somebody is indeed a predator,
it's from your family member?
Hold on. What are y'all doing? Like what is going on?
Excuse me.
I heard something about family and members and what?
It's from your family member. That's all I said. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. Let me. Thank you. So I done lost my fucking train of thought now. Oh, predatorialness. Do you guys realize that if somebody is a fucking predator, that just because the restroom says women, that will not stop them from coming into the restroom to assault your ass. Just because the label on the door says men won't stop a fucking predator from coming into the restroom and assaulting your ass. So
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I think there will be more predators doing things if they knew that they can go into the same restroom as the little girls and the little boys. Like, seriously.
But once again, like, but that's the thing about the nature of predators. Predators are designed to break the rules. That's why it doesn't matter what rules you create. That's not going to stop a predator. So whether the restroom is unisex or children's restroom, adult restrooms, a predator is going to prey. Like, predators are ultimately criminals. Criminals are people who have no problem violating boundaries. So it doesn't matter what boundaries you create, that won't stop somebody who has a predatory nature. So I don't think the cure is in segregating the restrooms per se. I think the cure is
precaution behind separating the little girl's room from the grown-ass men's room. Like, you don't want no grown-ass man going to use the restroom as
well, for one, I'm gonna tell you, I'm the parent, so my child is not even going into any public restroom alone, period.
But there are parents that allow their kids to go into public restrooms alone. There are.
Well, and the onus will be on them. Like, the onus is on the parent, because I'm making sure that my child comes in and out safely.
Yes.
So I just think that we did. I don't know.
That's
like
how
I
people
just
come missing. I think that you said something in the show earlier where you were saying something. How come so many black women are coming up missing? You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. It's just like that.
But you know what? There's danger everywhere, and I agree with what Consciouztv is saying. You can have a little boy to go to a restroom that's a men's restroom and still get assaulted, and that has happened a great deal. So that's what I'm trying to say. It can happen anyhow. As a parent, you better keep an eye on your kid. You can go to a park and your kid go to the bathroom and get assaulted. So as a parent, it does you well if you would go with your child, period. But again, I was in Europe and they had unisex bathrooms and it wasn't a big deal. We make it a big deal here. It was not a big deal there.
Okay, so we're gonna move. We're gonna move along from the restroom, child. Okay. Next on the docket, child. Beyonce father Matthew Knowles recently lit up the internet, and this time it wasn't for stealing money from his daughter's tour, nor was it for cheating on his ex-wife with a younger hoe. but for stating that people have to be idiots to compare one of Beyonce's proteges, Chloe Bailey, to the singer herself when fans stated that Chloe reminds them of a younger Beyonce. Not only did Matthew Knowles look in disgust and disbelief at the comparison during the interview, but he went further on to say that Chloe would be better compared to a Barbara Streisand and wanted to no longer talk about it. Was Matthew spot on for defending his daughter's legacy, or were his comments harsh even if they were genuine remarks? I'm going to begin with you, Rebel.
I think they were harsh. He could have worded that differently. I know he put a lot of work behind Beyonce to become the person that she is. He sacrificed a lot. I think she's talented on many levels, but I wouldn't have put, because Beyonce is a fan of this young lady. So for him to say that, it was very disparaging. I think that he could have worded that a lot different, because it was just, he made it seem like he was just insulted by her being compared, like, oh, she's nothing like my daughter, because my daughter is so much more than that. That's how I took it. But Matthew knows, he definitely, even the remarks he made about Solange and her color, he doesn't mince. He's very his words, it's like they just come out however he feels they are. He's not his delivery could be a lot better. And I think that was really, it just, he could have said it in a different way. That's how I feel about it.
I totally agree with that. Captivating Christian. Is Matthew Knowles wrong for caping like hell for the daughter he done made wear bricks in her book bag while singing and running at the same damn time that he done went bankrupt and then lost his damn life fortune almost to investing in his daughter, and y'all just gonna compare her to a chick who should be compared to Barbara Streisand? You think he was wrong for caping for his daughter, or he out of order?
No, I have to disagree. I don't think he was wrong for caping for his daughter. At the end of the day, it is his daughter. So I think he would definitely, by all means, invest in her talent, invest in her ability. And anybody that they try to compare his daughter to, he would side with his daughter. So did I see anything wrong with it? No. I mean, he could have used a better choice of words, but he was defending his daughter. I mean, that's like anybody. So clearly, I mean, it is what it is. I got it. And that's
Okay. All right. Official King Pain. Is he out of order? Girl, are you here for it?
Period to the period.
To the period.
I feel like there was a little misinformation in regards to the whole thing, because I seen the picture. Okay, there was a picture put out of young Beyonce getting her hair done in the shop. Okay, by this woman. Okay, and the woman in the photo. Okay, looked like Haley. Okay, from the group. You know what I'm saying? So with social media, I think that all got flipped. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at the picture, Haley looked nothing like Beyonce, baby Beyonce, little bit, she's nothing. But if you look at the woman in the photo, she looked just like that woman. So I think it got back to him, and he was like, no, she looks nothing like my daughter. When in reality, I think that they were referring to the woman who was doing Beyonce's hair in the photo. That's who looks like Haley, in my opinion. But yeah, absolutely not. I don't see the resemblance, so I would have to agree with him. And that's just
Okay.
I think she looks more like the lady that was doing Beyonce hair in the picture than she looked like baby Beyonce.
So let me also ask you this, because you are an entertainer as well, and you're probably going to also get compared at times to other artists and have other artists compared to you. Do you feel that it was fair? Do you feel like his comments were fair if they were comparing talent? If they were comparing Chloe's talent to Beyonce's talent, that's a fair comparison?
No, even if they were comparing talent, I just don't see it. Okay, I'm not seeing it. If you were comparing features, looks, a talent, it's just not there yet. She has a long ways to go before she's on Beyonce level. I feel like she could possibly get to Beyonce's level, but Beyonce's not ready to let go of none of them secrets. Okay, if there ain't been not another girl or that has come out that has been able to touch Beyonce's legacy. Okay, and that's just on period. She's probably the last legend, the last icon. Okay, and that's just on period. Where's the rest of them? Okay, after Whitney and Beyonce, who's next? Mariah, after she gone, what's who left?
All right, King Pastor, how do you feel? Out of order for caping for his daughter, or
let me say this,
rudeness?
according to the records, Rihanna has held higher and been on that pedestal long, far as record sales and things. But I'm gonna move on because there is some dispute, but that's not here or there. First of all, I have a problem with him insulting Barbara Streisand. That was an insult. So stop throwing shade to Barbara. She's a legend and she's an icon. Did Chloe say this or did people say this? And I say that if people said this, then Mr. Knowles needs to be focused on what the people said. Mm-hmm. Don't come and shoot this girl up for something that he didn't say. So the correct way to handle this is Chloe is very talented, and we want to celebrate these Black women because we have very talented Black women. I am not going to compare them because each of them brings their own unique talent and could have been done with it. So you wouldn't have had to insult Chloe. You would not have had to insult Barbara Streisand. Your daughter still would have been intact. I mean, this thing that I just think that is not a good look. There is a tactful way to handle this. Chloe did not say that. The people said that. And now you may cause something or friction there. Hollywood always look for this kind of stuff. Always look for a division. So my thing is you could have said each has a unique talent. And Chloe is an excellent singer. And you know what? She's up and coming. And I know she's going to do well. And keep it going. That's all you had to do.
I totally agree with that. It was completely tacky as hell. I see why Tina Knowles divorced the shit out of that ass. But I also want to say that I think those comparisons can be made depending upon which Beyonce era you're talking about. Because if you're talking about them dry ass Charleston and Shuffle choreography 8-count steps that them motherfuckers used to do in the No video, Chloe is busting out with way more talent in the beginning of her career than Beyonce did during her No and jumping bills days. Now, can Chloe maybe be compared to Beyonce after Sasha Fierce showed up in the maybe not. You know, she has now transcended to total legendary status, but I feel like it ain't really a bad comparison depending on which Beyonce you comparing Chloe as to, but maybe that's here nor there too.
And everyone has a start somewhere. You can't compare. Beyonce was very rough around the edges when she first started. This has been years of being polished. Joe Jacksoned her to become who she is, of course. She's a Houston person. Of course, I'm going to be for Beyonce, but I see it for what it is. You can't compare this new girl coming out to Beyonce. She should be flattered. I mean, I think she was flattered. Matthew Knowles is a whole different thing. He's a businessman. You know, he was always about putting Beyonce in the forefront. So anyone being compared to her, especially a dark-skinned girl, she can't be her. Of course not. Because Beyonce made it because, you know, Kelly and Solange wouldn't have made it because Solange is darker than Beyonce. Matthew Knowles have said that before as well.
Conscious, I put the music stats. It's the best-selling music artist, and it's from 1969 all the way to 2020. And Rihanna is on that. You don't see Beyonce on there. It's Rihanna, and I'm just saying.
Yeah, Rihanna definitely has outsold Beyonce in sales. She has broken so many records in terms of number ones. Beyonce actually, I think, has only had like 1 or 2 number ones in her solo career in all actuality. But the reason why people think Beyonce sells more is because she's just a more explosive performer, and that generates a big demand around her concerts and her tours, etc. So a lot of people think that she's out here busting down the charts when she really has just became a fan favorite. But Rihanna is the one breaking the bank on her music alone, which is interesting. But
And
we're
I'm
gonna
not,
move.
I'm not a Rihanna fan,
with no dancing.
but it's just a fact. So I
I
just
love both.
see what you're saying. So you
Yeah,
can see it for
I love
yourself.
both. Okay. So this next question is going to set us up for the Harry Meghan Markle situation. Long story short, what's the difference do y'all think as bloggers, as commentators, between commentary and bullying? And I'm going to start with Official King Payne. How do you distinguish what's the lines between
That's an interesting first
commentary,
person to choose.
I'm curious about this one. Hold on, wait.
commentary? Everybody got this question. Don't start. Commentary and bullying. Where do you differentiate the lines?
Well, it depends. It depends. It depends on whether or not you's a pussy hole. Okay. Now, some people, okay, yeah, probably the ones with their hand on their face may feel some type of way if somebody was talking about them. You know what I'm saying? That they had something to say. But somebody like me, who's cutthroat, who'd have heard it all, been through it all, like don't give a nothing about what anybody got to say. Go ahead, talk about me. You know, and
I know
live
you
by
ain't
this
talking how
interesting
sensitive
quote.
you are.
There's like this quote that I like live by. It's whether they're talking about you good or bad, okay, it's the things that people say about you when you're not around, okay, that you know, it brings attention to you. So, you know, whether it's good or bad, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes those people that's talking about you, they don't know that they're opening up doors for you. Because people gonna come back and they're gonna try to figure out who you are. So that's why I don't care. Talk about me, whether it's good or whether it's bad. Girl, you could secretly
So
be
did this
opening up
happen
the door
after
for
you
me.
did your docu-series?
Oh my God! Thank you. I was thinking the same shit. Like,
You said what?
Did this
thinking
happen
we did
after you
a
did
13
your
docu-series on
docu-series?
one man. Come on.
What you mean, girl? That docu series helped him out because when I did that docu series,
How?
he was
How?
struggling for a long time
How?
for about 10 years to get to 10,000 subscribers.
That
When
was
I did that
Tasha K.
docu series, he
Unfortunately,
hit
it was Tasha
10,000
K.
subscribers. It was because of me and my series that he
No,
got pushed over
no,
to
it
10,000
wasn't.
views,
No,
It
and that's
no.
wasn't.
just on
It
period.
wasn't.
You can go
Sorry to
back,
bust
check
your
the
bubble, sir, but it
timestamp,
wasn't.
check the timestamp because that
No,
channel was not
no,
growing.
it
Okay,
wasn't.
and
It
then I
wasn't because of
slapped him
you.
on the back of his neck.
You,
Okay, and that's just on period. That's just on period. Go back and check the
I
time.
gotta clear the dust my
Go back
damn
and check
self.
the
Hold
timestamp.
on,
Go back and see when
please.
he hit 10,000 subscribers. It was when I was putting out that series. Okay, both our platforms grew a lot during that time, but it
So
was
it took
only
13.
because of my
It took
series
13
that his platform
episodes.
grew at all. And
It
that's
took
just on
13
period.
episodes to grow.
He
13.
got
That's
there.
too much
He
work.
got there, and that's just on period.
Hello, somebody. I'll take a drink to that too.
Okay, so King Paint. Before I move on to another question, I want to ask um like so like as a commentator, right? So let's say you come over to somebody's channel. What would have to happen for it to feel disrespectful to you? Like what would be like, okay, girl, like I hear you get to have your little opinion, and then it'd be like, girl, I'm about to drag the shit out of your ass because you just came for my neck. Like what's the where did the disrespect come in for you, and what can be just commentary?
For me, probably it'd be like when you allow somebody to say what they have to say, and then they don't allow, when you start speaking, they don't allow you to speak, they hang up, disconnect, maybe block you. I feel disrespect when people block me and then talk about me. Like, girl, if you're gonna talk about me, why block me? So I have to jump through hoops to hear what you have to say, or people have to send it to me. Like, girl, all you doing is making my fan base stronger when you
But
block
why
me
do you
because
care
people
what
send me the
people say
information
about
now.
you?
I don't
Didn't
have
you
to go
just
look
say you
for
don't
it.
Why
care?
do
People
you
screen
care about
record it
what people
and they
say about you,
inbox
even
me
though you
when
said you
people
don't
talk
care?
about me. I don't even have to look for it no more. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
you're just
need something stronger
making
than
me
this.
Yeah,
stronger.
right.
You
And
know what I'm
I'm
saying?
thinking Snoop Dogg's Jen, and I'm trying to figure out why do you even care what people say about you? Because
Who
what
cares?
what they say about you shouldn't matter to you, nor
No,
should
no,
you
no, no.
hear it.
See what we're doing on YouTube? We're working. Okay, this is a job. So if somebody has something to say about me, girl, I'm gonna do my job and I'm gonna
What
respond.
again?
Okay, at the end of the
You
month,
said it
on the
yourself. That's
21st,
your
I
job.
get a nice little
That's
check
your
for my
job and the way you
responses.
run
And
your
if you don't
business.
like me, girl, you don't have to
That's
tune into
your
none of the
job and the way
responses.
you run
Okay,
your business. You
my
said it
responses
yourself.
get played, viewed.
Point
They
blank
grow cows.
period.
Okay, they
I
feed
rest my
kids. They
case.
buy cribs. You know, we paying for
Right.
formula
You
around
said
here.
it.
You know
You
what I'm
said it. I
saying?
got it.
So
I got it. It's the way you run your business.
you know, it's the way that business is going right now. It ain't the way that I
It's
run
the
my
way
business. It's the
you
way that
run
business
your
is
business. You
going.
just said
Okay,
it.
and business is good. Okay,
You
you should
just
see
said
one of
it.
my
It's the way
tests.
you run your business. That's cool. I'm not mad.
You should see one of them. Okay, and that's just on
Okay.
period.
It's
Business
okay.
is good,
It's
and we're working on weight. Like our
all
fifth
right.
check right now. So, and that's just on period. Where the money resides. Where the money
Okay.
resides.
All
The
right.
way
All
you
right.
run
All
your
right. All right.
business.
Captivating Christian. Oh, while you already here, uh, as a commentator, like where do you draw the line between giving commentary and bullying? Like, what would you consider bullying on your end? Captivating.
Oh,
You
you
hear
were
me?
asking me. I
Yes.
was okay. I was going.
Yeah.
That's that G.
I consider bullying when it goes too far. When it's too much. When like you've already said your point, you've already laid the groundwork, you've already said who the players are. When you keep going, you going too far, and then you usher in people to really go and look and see if this person is that bad, if he or she is really that bad. And when they go and look and for that moment they don't see that, that's your loss because
Mm-hmm.
they were once subscribed to you and now they went and looked and saw that he or she is really not as bad as they thought. And what they do, they go ahead and run.
I'm
So
gonna
I
be
mean,
honest. I'm gonna be honest, Captivating. Like that's exactly why I don't give hosts no free full promotion. I ain't about
right,
to send you no
exactly. I
subscribers.
don't say
I
no
ain't about to
names.
send you
I
no
do the same
traffic.
thing.
I ain't about
I
to
do
have
the
your
same thing.
algorithm popping. I ain't
That's
about to help
it.
you out, you
That's
hating
it. I
asshole.
don't say no names.
I ain't
I
about
don't
to
put
do
no
it.
names in no
They
things.
said the feedback coming from you, Christian.
No, it ain't, honey. It's coming
That's
from
what they
you,
said.
actually, sweetheart. If you mute yourself,
But
you'll be
You know,
fine.
they
Go
said
ahead.
but
you
I
Mute
were.
also I
yourself. There you go. Bingo. You hear it?
but I but I also agree
No, we
with
do
Official
hear
King.
it. I've been muting
Well,
myself throughout the show. It's
Conscious is
definitely not my
unmuted
fault.
too
If
because
you
it's
just
his
exit the
show. So
building,
mute yourself
girl,
again
we won't have
because it's
no
not
more
your show.
static. I
That was
promise you,
last week.
dear.
You should have been
Back out and
prepared.
come
That
back
was
in,
last week.
girl.
You should have been
It's you,
prepared,
honey.
sweetheart.
I've been
You
paying
should have been
attention this
prepared. Don't
whole
be
live.
prepared
Cause you
now.
be the main
Don't be
one talking
prepared
about the
now.
girls
Why
on
don't y'all
Don't
Metro
just
be
World
kick
prepared
the
and you
now.
calls
just
I'm
and
left out
whack
the
sorry.
off?
kitchen.
I'm
You be
sorry.
the
We
main
can't
one
hear
talking
you.
about the girls
Don't be
on
prepared
Metro
now.
World. You just
You
left
know
out
what?
of the kitchen, okay?
I'll wait
You
for the
just
dust
finished
to
paying
clear.
boosters.
I'll wait for the dust to clear. Thank you.
Is this
So now that the
pissing
dust is
contest
cleared,
over?
now that the dust is cleared, let's be very clear. Don't be trying to come for somebody now. Okay. Last week was your week, not this week. But anyway, like I was saying, yeah, that's clearly what it is. Go
Oh,
ahead.
you can hear a pin drop.
Father God, Rebel Son, you have you are definitely known on these streets for not knowing the difference between commentary and bullying. So what are your thoughts?
Yes, because someone tried to bully me before, but they realized that I'm not a pussy for no one unless I choose to be that night. But I think that a lot of times people feel that because they have larger platforms that they could throw their weight around. And I think that,
Literally throw their weight around.
what'd you say?
I said literally throw their weight
Yeah,
around.
because there's one person, I'm not going to say the name, that's built like a whole beauty blender that tries to run around and as big as half a ton of she whale that she is, she tries to bully people. Now, you already big enough that you can bully people, girl. You can just roll over them. But I think that sometimes you can have an opinion. Your opinion is just that. Bullying is when you try to make someone else's opinion less than yours. And you try to make them feel, hey, I feel like this, how you feel doesn't matter. So you're trying to impose your belief on them. Listen, I'm not into religion. If I say I'm a spiritual agnostic person. If you're religious, that's your choice. If you're Christian, 7-day events, whatever, that's your choice. I respect that. But if you try to devalidate how I feel and my stance, you're a bully when you keep trying to push that on me. That's just how I feel about it.
Okay, so when a person don't know how to say what they got to say and get the fuck on.
Right. Keep it
what you're gonna
moving.
believe, say what you're gonna say, and then get the fuck on. It's bullying after that. Move on. Okay, Pastor, you still there? Avatar Nation, you still over there? Is DoorDash at the door with a real big order? What's happening? Pastor, you there? And you're on mute. Okay.
I concur.
Your thoughts?
First of all, this is entertainment. I just think that when people, I think you just need to know what you're getting into when you come on YouTube. And if you don't want people to really speak on it, then you shouldn't bring it on. And I think you learn those lessons. I think the bullying comes in like when you tell people to eradicate themselves. I don't even want to say what people say. I want you to, take your own life or something. Yeah, I think it can get really bad there when people put out people's personal information and that stuff. I think you get into real serious territory because then, everybody doesn't have an emotional, intelligent mindset and, they may come for you. So I think that, I think you have to really weigh up the cost before you come on YouTube. You need to know that this is entertainment. And then when you think somebody is mentally unstable, then you need to move on. That's my thoughts.
Well, I think that hate is a vibration. I think that bullying is with the intent to inflict harm, emotional harm, psychological harm, etc. Yeah. So bullying. I also wonder though if we get to be like if we're the commentators, I wonder if we get to be the ones to define whether we're bullying or not, or if it's the person who's being bullied who get to define whether they're being bullied or not.
I mean, you know it. I think personally, you know it. You know when you're going too far. See,
I
there you
think
go.
that you only get bullied
Here we go.
if
It's
you
you
allow
king. Here we go with
somebody
the
to bully
feedback.
you. Just because somebody trying to bully you don't mean that you getting bullied. You only get bullied when you allow the bully to win. Okay? Ain't nobody come around here bullying me and think that they ain't gonna get it. Okay? On period. It's going down.
Because that's the way you
I'm
carry
showing up at your
yourself.
door. I'm pulling up all
Again,
of that.
that's the way you carry yourself, and it's defined by an individual. But that's what we're saying. If something is too much, it becomes bullying. That's period. If something's too much, it becomes bullying.
Who's to say what's too much? When you started it, like I have, like you know what I'm saying? Like people be doing stuff, and then when you do stuff back to be like you went too far. Like who's to say what's too far? I know there's a lot of lies and things like that, and people do be pushing an envelope. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But don't throw no stones over here and then be talking about I went too far, okay?
Yeah, all right. But if the person throws a stone, like okay, all right, King. So if the person throws the stone, how many times do you throw the stone back?
Don't throw no stones.
Like how many times do you throw the stone back? How many times do you throw the stone back? Like I said.
So let me ask you.
I'm just waiting.
So let me ask you this question, King Payne, and maybe to the whole panel. Let me ask you, everybody to the panel. If somebody who y'all was reading or dragging factually committed themselves, factually committed suicide from that dragging, how would y'all feel if that was the circumstance? If a person committed suicide as a result of the dragging or the reading? And I guess I'll start with you, Official King Payne. Oh, I'm almost scared to even hear the answer to.
So, nothing I do, okay, is with the intent to a cause.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Okay, it's especially not bodily harm. My content is meant to stir up the feelings, have people feeling some type of way. The feeling that I do not want to give is the feeling of suicide or eradication. Okay, that is not it. It's not, and that's just on period. But I do feel like if you do not have tough skin, okay, be cautious of the things that you get yourself into on YouTube streets. If you're in the beef sector and you want to give your commentary on things that are going on in the beef sector, pray at night, okay? Because just make sure that you're ready for the beef sector. You know what I'm saying? There's other things that you can do around these YouTube streets. You don't have to come into the beef sector giving your commentary. Go over there to the cooking shows and the DIYs and the makeup channels and the family networks and do all of that. Don't come over here to the beef sector if you're not prepared to get messy. And that's just on period.
So you are saying basically that you would feel bad if somebody did something really bad to themselves as a result.
Very, very bad, because that's not ever my intention.
The intent.
I don't talk about people who don't talk about me. So it has to be a ball game. It ain't just I'm just dragging people for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Okay. There's always been, for every action is an equal and proper reaction. Okay, so if you go there with me, I'm gonna go there with you, and that's just on period. And we can go as low as you want to go, bitch. I'm limbo champion, girl. I can take it low, and that's just on period. You want to see me do the Matrix?
You know what?
You want me to jump to the split? Okay, because we can go low.
I cannot. Does anybody else want to speak to that? If somebody took their life as a result of your dragging, what would be your response to that?
I wouldn't want my I was gonna say, you know what? I think that there's a nasty underlying element right now in this sector. And I think a lot of times, people may say some nasty things. Like, someone posted a picture of somebody looking like this.
You know what? Rebel.
And I think the thing is, somebody could commit suicide seeing something like that. And I wouldn't want to be the reason for doing, pushing a person over the ledge or, making them
She's
eat
still stuck at the top of the slide. Oh my goodness!
You know what? We just gonna move.
We just gonna
move. We gonna move. We just gonna. We just gonna. We just gonna scrap.
Okay.
I don't even.
Okay, that slide gotta be damn near to the ground by now. Okay, is it structurally safe still? Oh, she's still stuck, Lord Jesus! Oh my God! Oh, she's still stuck.
Rebel son, if you put,
I ain't show no face.
Rebel son, Rebel son, Rebel son, Rebel son. On to the next damn question.
Please,
okay.
Please God.
Perfect segue into this next topic. So Prince Harry and Princess Meghan Markle recently revealed in a sit down with our patty pie, shrimp fried rice eating, magic hair grease, curly Sue sister in Christ, Oprah Winfrey her damn self, that racism played a major role in them leaving the UK, and the final breakdown of already restrained family relationships like the one between Harry and his father Charles, who no longer...
Go ahead.
Ooh, y'all moving on too quick. Where did you find that picture at? Okay.
People...
I don't want to show my face.
I'll wait.
Accuse the last.
I'll wait.
with no evidence.
He really was stuck in that picture.
Anyway, go ahead. You said Meghan Markle. It's time to show. Let's go. Get it together. Next, go ahead. Sorry.
Racism played a major role in them leaving the UK in the final breakdown of already restrained relationships like the one between Harry and his father Charles, who no longer takes his calls, to relatives claiming that their child would not be received or respected or qualified to be a successor to the throne because his skin tone is too dark, to even having Meghan reveal that racism and the harassment got so bad that she even contemplated suicide. My question to y'all is, what the fuck is wrong with British people? And I'm going to start with Pastor first.
You know, I think it's really bad. What happened? I'm looking at white people. I'm looking at white people cut up. I'm looking at Meghan Markle's dad cut up. I'm looking at her white sister cut up. I'm looking at these royals. And see, the thing about the royals is that really bothers me is they built their fortune on racism. If it wasn't taking over Hong Kong and Macau in the opium wars, to colonization of India and Africa, and
slavery.
Yes, slavery. So they built their fortunes on this. And then you got crazy Piers Morgan mad because Meghan didn't go on another date with him. So now he's on it. And then you got crazy.
He's a jilted lover.
Okay, you got crazy Sharon Osbourne trying to stick up for him. And then you got sis Cheryl Underwood letting her do that. I'm like, these people are crazy, and I'm just, it's this white privilege, not taking responsibility. You know, the sad part about it is they didn't deny somebody was asking about the baby's color, and now y'all want to be quiet about it and not respond, but you want to be hanging out with the black people on the East End now because y'all want to look woke like we like black people because now you've been accused of racism. I just think it's terrible. I personally, I don't understand the British monarchy. I think it's because these people want to have somebody feel better than they are, and here you all are paying your tax money to set up these people who are already wealthy with or without that tax money, and you're setting them up, and then this person, these people think that they the bomb diggity, that you got to bow down and curtsy to them like they some god, and I have a problem with that. So I think the whole system is flawed. I think the whole system is flawed. It was built on racism, and the saddest part about it is, and I said it on my show, Meghan Markle having a baby with Harry is not the first mixed race baby in the royal family. They had two queens who were of mixed heritage. So I don't know why the big deal now. And I just think that is terrible. And that's the British culture. If they want to pay for that, let them. But I think it's terrible. And and whether Meghan knew or not, you still treat people with dignity. And if Diana couldn't do it and she was part of royalty, then what do you expect for somebody just coming in, not even having a major grasp of what's ready to happen?
All right, that was a mouthful. Thank you, Pastor. Rebel.
Listen, the monarchy, they don't have much power over there. It's just all symbolism, old money. They're dying out. That's going to be a bygone, that bygone era is going to be gone pretty, who wants to be the prince? I mean, Harry is happy leaving. You see, and Meghan Markle was going to get that. We already knew. I don't care how white she looks. When white people know you have some black ancestry, as close as hers is to her, there's always going to be that little thought in their head. I hope that baby don't come out so dark. Because genetics are going to say the baby's going to look not even black at all, most likely. This Archie doesn't look like he have black in him at all. But the thing is, as long as they know there's that slight possibility the genetics may do a little twist and that child come out with some little olive complexion. But I think that I'm not surprised. But what about what's going on with Prince Andrew? What about his shenanigans? They have a lot more bigger fish to fry right now. There's a lot more going on. They have a lot of skeletons in that closet, baby. It's an Indian burial ground. And I think that it's just something that's been there with the whole purity of, having kids with your cousins and trying to keep the line pure and raw. I'm not shocked at this. This is something that I've heard for years about how they were. You know, some of those princes, which one, it was one of them that dated Naomi Campbell before. Was it Albert, Prince Albert? You know, it's like they dipped and dabbed in the, you know, in our pond for years, especially the men. So right now with Meghan Markle, that was no surprise. The British family, you know, there's a lot going on with them that's just becoming to the forefront because of modern technology and people being able to video record things and, you know, all these mags that are coming out with salacious stories.
Baby,
Period.
all these old hateful systems coming down and people mad about it, baby. People like they know these systems are going extinct. They know these hateful systems are just on their way out the door and people acting a plum fool because
But
they
look
know
at
it.
Charles. Look at Prince Charles. He's with a whole man. You can't tell me that Camilla's not a damn man. Now you with this trans woman that can't even pass as a woman, and there's no
Rebel.
hoopla about that.
King Pain. Thank you, Rebel, for your commentary. Official King Pain. What are your fucking thoughts? Tell us, please. Are you
You
on
know,
mute, honey bun? Are you on
you.
mute, boo? There
Oh,
you
they
go.
definitely did that. They definitely did this shit. They definitely did this shit. They was like, You know what I'm saying? Like, they definitely did that. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we knew it already. Y'all can't say y'all didn't know. We knew that already. It definitely. There's never no color folks in any photos over there. Okay, we not in the picture over there. Okay, they were so shocked and bamboozled when he brought Megan through. Okay, everybody was like, they kept on saying, "Oh, it was just so lovely with the girl." They was transfixed. Okay, they didn't know what to say. That's why they didn't say nothing, and it was all cool when they met you. They was like, "Oh, period. That's what they did." Yes, that's what they
Indeed, yes.
did. And then they went as far as to say that, the son Archie is not going to be a prince. They withdrew the security. Like they done. They cut the prince off. They like, you want to be with that black woman, okay? Then you cut off. And that's just on period. Okay, you messing up the bloodline. Your son won't be no prince. I hope you wasn't thinking that. I hope you weren't counting on that. Okay, and y'all not getting no security. We cutting you off the payroll. You're not getting no check no more. None of that. Okay.
And you
But
know what,
now, but
King James? I think Kate was upset that Megan was taking some of her shine because people were more transfixed on Megan than Kate. And I think that kind of made Kate get in her feelings right there as well. So I'm
people
like,
been sleeping on Kate. Kate,
and
Kate
and
is
let me
old
say this
news.
too. These royals, I'm telling you, the difference between the firm and the family, that said a lot. And when that man said that his father and his brother, they're trapped, that said a lot to me. Because again, the media controls that royal family. They know if they fall out of favor with those Brits, it's over for them. Period.
Yeah. Captivating Christian. Thoughts?
I have a few thoughts. Okay, first of all, Meghan Markle, you boo-booed fool because you didn't do your research to know that clearly the family you was going into was not that accepting of you. Even though Queen Elizabeth told you about Queen Charlotte, who was Portuguese and of dark skin. Yeah, you boo-booed fool for not doing your research. Other than that, I think the person who asked that question was Camilla. I think Charles related it to Henry, and that's where Harry, and that's where it all went kind of cuckoo. But I personally, I just think, from me knowing a little bit about that family and how Camilla is, she's straight from the hip. She is a Donald Trump kind of person.
I don't think there was no research that needed to be done. I don't think that she needed to do
How?
anything. At
How?
the end of the
You
day,
cannot sit here and
she
be
had to do this for
surprised.
her people.
You first
Okay,
of all,
she was gonna take
hold it.
that.
I'll
She was gonna
wait.
lay with the
I'll
prince
wait.
for her
I'll
people.
wait.
She was gonna
Is it
become
your
the
turn or
princess,
mine?
the
Is it your
queen,
turn or
or
mine?
whatever, and
Get
she
your
was gonna
duster
pick
out.
us
Can we
black
do the
people
muting,
on. Okay,
please?
on
Can
period.
we please possibly do the muting because it's still my time? I'm reclaiming it. Thank you. So anyway,
You sure you don't have to dust right now because you've been
I'm
dusting a lot
reclaiming my
during the show.
time. Reclaiming my time. All right.
You was
Yeah,
dusting earlier,
dust
girl. You
yourself.
sure you don't
Dust
have to go back
yourself.
and
It's
dust?
cloudy over there. We can't even see you with all the
Oh,
dust.
it's definitely
So
not cloudy over here,
anyway,
girl.
like I was saying,
It's definitely
oh,
not cloudy.
you
I'm
done?
looking
Are
at
you
it
done yet?
as I'm
Are you
looking at it,
done?
as I'm
Are
looking
you
at it,
done?
and there's no clouds over
Are you
here.
done? Are
It's
you
more,
done?
it's in the center of the screen.
Are you
It's more in the
done?
center of the screen, like
Are
right
you
there.
done?
Right there.
Are you done? All right. So anyway, yeah, I think Marco should have done our research. Definitely, so you could be prepared for something like this. But also, even that, I think that they're treating her like they treated Diana. And so in doing your research, like I said, you would have already known that this is the type of games they play. They didn't, of course, Harry was not in line for the throne. William was. So they didn't really care who Henry messed around with, who he, whatever. As far as marrying, they did not expect him to marry a black woman, let alone a black American woman, partially or whatever you want to call it, whatever. At the end of the day, to them, she's a black woman, point blank and period. So they did not expect that. But when he, went against the grain and actually did that, then that created an issue. So then everybody was more concerned about what the baby would look like. Oh, why did you even do it to begin with? Crazy. But I don't, I'm not buying that totally. She, was all on this. Oh, I didn't think it was going to be like this. Come on, girl. Like, if you knew anything about how they treated his mother, which you should have researched because you were marrying this man, you looked at this man as a potential, future husband, you should at least research his mother and realize what they put his mother through. So that's why I'm not buying that BS about her talking, and I don't want to cuss anything about.
I ain't buying it either because she knew from day one that she was gonna marry the prince, and that's just no
Done,
period. Like what
done,
American
done.
girl don't dream
Okay,
about
you
becoming the
lucky I don't have a
princess? Okay,
duster.
she knew from the
You
day one
know she's
that
gonna
when
marry
she
the prince,
realized that he was
because
a
if you
prince,
did your
she was gonna
research,
get hit. And
you
that's
would
just no
know that
period.
she
She
was
said,
on a
"Girl,
date
I'm gonna stick this
with
out.
Pierce
I'm gonna go all the
Morgan
way, girl. I'm
before
gonna be the
she
first
met
Black
Prince
American
William
princess, and
Prince
that's just
Harry.
no period."
Do your
She knew what
research.
she was doing,
Do
and
your
that's just on
research.
period.
I know
She
that's hard for you
understood.
to do because you
Don't let
don't
her
do it,
cute face
but do
fool
your
you,
research.
okay? On
Do your
period.
research because she was on a date with Pierce Morgan hours before she met Prince Harry. So do your research.
Yes, and then she met Prince Harry and said that I'm gonna be a princess, and that's just on period. And that's just on
I think
period.
that I think that I think that what she probably meant is that, you know, even with research and even if you dox and get all up in somebody's business, I think like she was trying to say there honestly is just nothing that could have prepared her for the actual experience of all that came from being a part of this man and this crazy ass
No,
racist wicked ass
respectfully,
hierarchical system.
I have to disagree
Hold
with
on,
you
I'm gonna let
respectfully.
you disagree, but I just want to say, like, even for me, I mean, because and everybody does have their own like way of, everybody got their own thing. If I would have been dating Harry, I can't say that I would have necessarily did any in-depth research because ultimately my agenda is to be with this man. And so in a way, I know that I'm going to be with him irregardless, even if there's crazy shit behind him. But I just think that nobody ever really can be prepared for like what the fuck really happens. I mean, here's the thing. We really do expect better out of people. Yeah, you hear shit. Yeah, you see shit, but you still go in like there's really no way humans are going to really behave this way. And maybe we call that naivety or gullibility, especially if there is already maybe pre-existing circumstances that show that that's the case. But I don't know. I feel bad for the lad.
You know what, though, Conscious? I agree with you because no one knows what to expect in that situation. This family is so daggone secretive, and you're coming in here, and we didn't even know that it was affirmed in the family. We didn't know that there were people running stuff behind the scenes. No, we are on the outside looking in.
Listen, Diana and whether you knew that or not is a different story.
Look.
But the thing is, we can assume what we know what it's like to be in the White House until you actually get in there, until you actually have to start running the country. So we're really on the outside looking in, and only Meghan Markle and that family knows what she probably had to go through. And like I said, like Conscious said, if Diana couldn't handle it, if Fergie, who was a duchess, couldn't handle it, then it's something to be said about that. And I'm just saying, we act like we know this. We act like we eat and drink tea with the royals every Saturday, which we don't. So my thing is, I think it's something deeper than what we really know. And I think that it's like, we're going to show you this appearance and we're going to give you this. But really, deep down, it's a whole other story. I mean, you got a grandson curtsying and bowing to his grandmama. You making appointments to see your grandmama. I mean,
because at the end of the day, the relationship as family doesn't matter. It's the order of the monarchy that matters. So the order of monarchy, they already know that there is no grandmother. The only time she is grandmother to them is outside of royal duties. Any other time inside of royal duties, she is always the queen first. She is not the grandmother, and they know that.
Look, Meghan Markle, she came, she saw an opportunity, okay, and she left with the crown. And that's just on period. Y'all cannot tell me that she met this man and didn't think in the back of her head that I could possibly be a princess. And that's just on period. So she put up with some things that we would have put up in regular relationships in order to wear the crown. And that's just on period. She said they started opening up calendars and started arranging trips and buying tickets and using their passports and stuff. Yeah, ain't no typical relationship. You just don't meet somebody on the first date and then start planning trips to, where they're going to be to next week. Like, I'm not buying no flight to come see you next week, girl. I just met you on today. On period. She saw the crown and she said, I want to be there. Okay, and that's just on period.
Well, at the end of the day, it's not going to be any crown, but I think that she is smart. And at the end of the day, at this particular point, public opinion is on their side. The royal family is not looking too hot. They're getting all of these Black people from everywhere to hang out with them to prove that they're not racist. And so they're the ones who are on defense at this particular point. So it's not looking good for them. And everybody and all the Black bloggers are talking about it. And so it's just not a good look. And at the end of the day, it's cleanup for the royal family.
Yeah. I think that it also goes hand in hand with where we are in this Me Too era and like this kind of the curtain being peeled back on Hollywood, on the government. And this is just another one of those consistent peeling backs on top of the fact that racism is not just American, so it's relevant to Black and brown people everywhere. So yeah. Now, last but not damn least on this docket, on a recent episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Portia Williams and co-star Tanya Sam were involved in what is now known as Strippergate when the girls went off to celebrate on co-star Cynthia Bailey's bachelorette party and allegedly hooked up with one of the party strippers there after the crew had wrapped up filming for the day, according to Miss Kenya Moore, who claimed to have heard sexual noises and commands being given through the walls of the room next to hers, which was being shared by Portia and Tanya. Now, all parties involved, including the stripper, have denied the claims by Kenya, but my question to y'all is, where is the line between it being your business and my business if I hear you sucking dick and getting your pussy blown out in proximity to me? If this is it right to cite this publicly because she heard it for herself, or is people's personal business still theirs, even if you've been afforded to see and hear it for your own self? I'm going to start with Pastor.
You
Are
know
you mute,
what?
Pastor? Okay.
No, I'm mute. I'm thinking, but I hear feedback still, y'all. I'm sorry.
I'm about to mute myself. I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm about to mute myself right now. Let's see here. Mute. Where's the damn mute button? Okay.
you know, I think that Portia King Painted, maybe you, Boo Boo. I'm hearing it. Everybody on mute.
I'm pretty
Thank
sure
you.
it's you, but I'll mute myself.
Because I don't have a Cricket phone. I don't have Metro PCS. I'm on a laptop.
It's still
Anywho,
giving the feedback,
as
even
I
though
was
I'm
saying
muted though.
before the dust gathered, okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, I just think that at the end of the day, what Portia and Tanya does is their business. They're grown women, and I don't think they need to give an accountability. And the thing is, I have a problem with Kenya Moore is, okay, you heard these noises, but can you identify? You can hear noises, but did you see who did it? So again, you're listening to something. Heck, they could have been watching porn for all you know. So my thing is, I think Portia, the stripper, and what's her name, could have just kept it cool and deny it. And I think they should. And I think it says a lot about Kenya because she's talking about, I heard noises. Okay, but did you see? Did you get that whole view of it? People are grown. People are grown. And Portia's not married, and it's no big whoop. It's no big whoop. I mean, if it was a man screwing a stripper on Love and Hip Hop, would have been a big issue. I mean, if it was a man screwing a female stripper, so what's the big whoop if Portia and the girl did get their freak on? But again, if it was a man, he probably would have told. We probably would have saw something. But here, this is from another woman who didn't view it, who didn't see it, but yet wants to put this out there because it's a little vicious. So that's my thought.
Okay. Rebel Son. If you getting your pussy blown out and I hear it through the walls of the gentleman's panel vacation cabin, does that make it my business to tell?
No, because I think you'd probably be getting yours worn out at the same time. But I think that that's right. Whoever would be, unfortunate enough to do that. But I think a lot of times, people are busybodies. People, Kenya need to sit her ass down and worry about Mark Daly. Because, girl, you worried about what everybody else doing. Those are grown people. That have nothing to do with you, girl. Put some headphones on. Because if I'm enjoying a good piece in there and my snooch is being ate up, you're going to hear some noise. Now, just because yours is unsavory and no one wants to munch on it, don't hate on me. I'm grown. I'm doing what grown-ups do. Next time, just don't get a room next door to me. Girl, you're doing too much. Kenya, you are a busybody and you come across as a hater. Kenya has always hated on other women. She puts herself on this pedestal. I think she's become bitter and she's jaded and she's just pissed off at everything that Mark didn't go as planned, that she just became a surrogate for him. That's it. Point blank. And I put that what Jay Dunn said on Mary Had a Little Lamb. That's it. Maybe she was hallucinating. Nate said she should have been
Period.
hallucinating, hallucifingering something. Girl.
Hallucifingering. I like that. Captivating Christian. Does it become your business if you hear Rebel deep throating trade down two doors down in the gentleman's panel vacation home? Do you get to tell us that, T?
No, it's not my business. It's not my business, and nor am I concerned because I'm doing my own thing.
Hello.
Whether I'm listening and popping my own top or someone's doing it for me, because that's what should have been happening. And don't get mad because your by a bear husband didn't want to do nothing with you before you left, so that you was already salty. So anything that was going on between an alleged two-time engaged woman who broke off and for her fiance doing infidelities with a stripper because she was single at the time. So don't be mad because her and the other woman who is married to a man or dating a man who is living with her, but they have their own kind of relationship, whether that means that they get to do their own thing on the side. Again, their business. So whatever you listen to is their business. Stay out of other people's business. That's hard for a lot of people, especially when they're not getting dick down or serving up pussy as they should. It's hard for people like that are dry. But my whole thing is get your own lubricant and handle your own business. You wouldn't be so concerned about other people's. And that's what I would like to hand off to King Payne. Worry about your own business. Get your own self wet, so you don't have to worry about other people's wetness or who they're giving their wetness to.
And let me add something to that. And the only way some of these people have a wet pussy is when they hold a cat standing in a thunderstorm.
Okay, that's
King Payne,
Oh,
please.
Girl, it sounded like Christian was worried about my pussy for a moment. Oh. Oh.
Not at all.
Girl,
I don't do kittens. I don't do kittens, sweetheart. I wasn't worried
I don't
about the
remember
pussy.
answering the
I
Okay,
question.
wasn't worried about the pussy. I don't do kittens. I don't do kittens. I don't do
I
kittens.
sat here
I'm sorry. I
quiet
don't do
while you
kittens.
talk. Now sit there
I'm
quiet
sorry.
while
I
I
don't do
speak.
kittens. I
I
wasn't
allowed you
worried.
to
I was just
speak.
saying
Now it's your
that you need to
turn to
be.
allow me to
I'm just
speak.
saying. I was
When
just
you
trying
were
to help you out,
talking,
sir.
I didn't say a
Be
thing. My
concerned.
mic was muted. Okay, yeah, go have several seats, boo boo. Yay. Yay.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
King. Yes,
Yes.
King.
Back. Okay, the baddest bitch is back. Okay.
Cool. We wait for you to get. Oh, are you
Are you
staticking?
gonna let me speak?
Are you? Go
Or do
ahead.
you need some more time? Let her have some more time. I'll be back.
I've never been a her. Go ahead. You can go.
What
Lord.
can
Ooh.
can everybody can everybody can everybody mute their phone so official King Payne can give his commentary? Official King Payne, we're going to need you to speak now. You're the last of the Mohicans, honey. Okay, you're back. You got the floor, honey.
So can you ask the question again? Because the pussy hole can never.
Um, if you hear Rebel Son getting his whole stretch completely out from
Oh yes.
here to Mars, does it become your business if you get to overhear that, or does that still remain his business?
Well, it just depends on if I mess with you or not. Now, if I don't mess with you, okay, you need to put a lid on that because if you don't put a lid on that, okay, then it can very much so become everybody's business, and that's just on period. Don't be getting your hanky panky on next to me. If you don't want it to get out. I mean, if I can hear it, then it's public knowledge, public data. I will be like, girl, did you hear them getting on next door? I probably won't go as far as Kenya and reach out to the blogs, but it probably definitely be a conversation that's had amongst us at the house if we on vacation together and we in a house. And girl, I could hear y'all knocking boots. Okay, y'all should have waited. Y'all should have snuck off. Y'all should have did something. I don't know, girl. But if I hear a girl, I'm on the dresser. I'm talking, girl, I heard y'all last night. Okay, yes, honey, I'm addressing right at dinner, just like that. Girl, y'all was getting it in last night. Okay, it was like. Okay, all of that. I'm gonna be giving all of
Period.
that because, girl, y'all need to put a lid on that, and that's just from period.
That's just on
Y'all
period.
And so, Conscious, you wouldn't be getting yours. Are you being forced into a period of celibacy right now?
No, my hole is stretched right now.
Oh God.
Now, there is a last game of
Lord.
smash or pass, but I feel like Lynn, I feel like everybody need to be moaning because it's a lot of testosterone and or estrogen just popping off on the show. I don't know where all this extra semen came from, honey, but it's like a lot of semen just like reverberating and vibrating and just like edging up to the surface. So I'm gonna need everybody to get them some good loving before the next gentleman's panel. Okay, so we could just rock the boat a little bit more gently. Does everybody has 2 more minutes for a smash or a pass? Or do we need to wrap it?
I don't do 2 minutes, so
Uh-oh.
Okay, and we can go
I'm
ahead.
with you, Cap. I'm with you, Christian. No 2 minutes here.
right. Who does 2 minutes? What happens in 2 minutes?
Okay, so smash or pass. We're going to go with the princess, honey. Okay, this is the smash or pass segment. This is where we want the chat. Okay, you guys to chime in too. Smash or pass? Would you smash or pass on Prince Harry? Captivating.
Where's the pictures?
This is a
Harry,
bootleg show. Okay.
Harry, I would smash because he's definitely more adventurous than his brother.
Okay, now, and when I say smash or pass, it means that if you're a bottom, top, or versatile, you can put the person in the right position. Okay, so
that's what I was thinking when Christian
yes,
said
you can do whatever you need to do. Passer, smash or pass.
Pass.
Official campaign, smash or pass on Harry. Prince Harry.
Smash. Okay, over here. I'm getting my crown. That's over here.
Period. Rebel.
Smash all night.
Woo, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's another prince.
You hear that, Miss Diva One?
For the record, I don't do white meat. I'm just answering the question.
I didn't know that this many people found Prince sexy. He's getting a unanimous vote in the chat. All right. So there's another Prince that I want to add to the equation. Also formerly known as the artist.
Have you seen that booty?
The purple rain lover himself.
Have you seen that booty? Have you seen that booty?
I've seen it all. I'm asking you.
Smashing.
Okay, you are indefinitely smashing Prince. Okay. Passer, are you smashing or passing on Prince?
Yeah, Prince is a thumbs up. Yeah.
Oh. Come on, Passer being an extreme liberal.
Okay. He was almost naked.
Come on, progressive liberal Passer. I'm proud. The official King Payne. Are you smashing or passing on the Purple Rain Prince himself?
Pass.
Oh my God, you a hater. Rebel.
Smash.
Smashing or passing? Pass?
Smash.
Okay, all right. Okay. President Clinton. The young President
Let me say
Clinton.
something. Before you say that, can I pick the era that Prince I want to smash? I want to, Prince in the earlier days, not Prince with back dance and all that. No.
Okay. The earlier year. Okay, got it. All right. President Clinton in his earlier years when Monica Lewinsky was jumping on the dick in the Oval Office. Captivating. Would you have hit a younger, swaggier President Clinton?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I'll pass.
Pastor Wilson, would you have smashed? All right, that's a no. Official King Payne. Would you smash? All right, that's a no. Rebel Son. Okay. I would actually smash a younger Hillary. Like, I could see myself being in the Monica's.
You said it right. Yeah. You trying to call Hillary a man?
Right? What y'all gonna be doing?
With a pantsuit
Hell
on.
out of here.
I can see myself being in the Monica shoes or knees. I mean, I think I can see that. Just a little bit. Okay. Smash or pass. Lil Wayne, a captivating Christian.
The hell? I don't do
You
gremlins.
be
I don't do gremlins. Sorry.
passer. Lil Wayne, smash or pass. Official King Payne, smash or pass.
Can I pick the era?
Yes. Pick the era.
Can I pick the era? Pass.
Okay. Rebel Son.
Like what Cap was saying, Hill, I feel if I get water on him, he may multiply or start.
Right. You
So,
can't see it at the midnight multiply, just all that. Just
no. And I don't know when he became a sex symbol. No.
I definitely would jump on a younger hot boy Lil Wayne. Oh yes. We could do that down to the ground. Anyway,
Cousin, you are a hoe because you have smashed everything you said tonight.
well, I'm 35. I think I'm going through a hoe phase.
Okay.
I've been a virgin my whole life, so I'm going through a big hoe phase right now. So
Okay.
Who told you that?
Tyler Perry, captivating Christian, smash or pass.
I don't know about Tyler Perry. He look a little thick, like he got some cakes back there. So I may just pop my DM maybe one.
Okay, so that's a maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Pass, or would you smash or pass Tyler Perry?
The playwright when he was younger, but now.
Okay, the younger Tyler Perry. Okay, Official King Payne, smash or pass Tyler Perry.
Piss.
Okay, Rebel Son.
Listen, all I would see is Medea. I would think I was in bed with Medea. So no, I couldn't. No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
And when he had some tight shorts on, I didn't see no print. I just saw some little knuckles like hummingbird balls. I couldn't.
Some people are growers, not showers.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna take a chance on that again.
Not again. Hold up.
He said again.
Okay.
I got fooled a couple of times.
Obama, smash or pass captivating.
Oh my God! What? Move over, Michelle. We are doing a threesome. Point blank. Period. Get with it.
Period. Okay, passer. Obama, smash or pass.
That'll be a sword fight.
For who? Him or Michelle?
No, I'm talking about Jay.
That's what I'm saying. For who? Him or Michelle?
You know, I'm ignoring that born again bottom right there. I'm gonna ignore that. But
we can't be born again as you.
So, you know what? For some reason, I don't think he's attractive to me. I don't know why.
Really?
No.
Even the first Obama, who was a little younger, had a few less fine lines in the face. Okay. All right. Official King Payne, Obama, smash or pass.
Ooh, Obama smash gays.
Yes. Okay. Push through. Okay, Rebel, smash or pass.
Baby, when I saw Obama on Air Force One and he had them pants on and they had that screenshot of that piece on hard, smash. Michelle, you're just gonna be pissed off. Yes, you can have them back, but I'm gonna smash.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that wraps up Smash a Motherfucking Pass. This has been a 2 hour and 15 minute and 48 second motherfucking show for the day. You guys, you ate. Right. We fed you guys today. Oh, yes, God. Give it up for the gentleman's panel before we wrap it up tonight. Can we just go through the line and say what is going on for the week with the rest of the gentlemen on the panel, starting with you, Captivating Christian? What's going on?
Thank God I'm recovering. Thank God I'm good. I will be starting back to my regular schedule shortly next week because my job schedule has changed, so I'm good to go. So I'll be doing my commentary for the news. So please, and of course my wellness will be back and everything else. So
it's so nice to know that OnlyFans is accommodating your YouTube schedule. Pastor, what's going on with you for the week?
You know what? I cannot tell you what's going on for the weekend. I know I'll be spending quality time with close loved ones. and that's about it.
How close is this loved one?
Okay. Nice. Don't get up and pass his business now. He gave you enough. He gave you enough.
Okay, you acting like Kenya Moore.
A little bit. Official King Payne, what's going on for the rest of the week? What's going on over on Lituation?
Yes, it's gonna be lit. This week, I have a lot of things planned. I'm still out of town, but I'm planning on going back home like tomorrow. So when I get back home, I got a lot of pussy holes to address. Okay, a lot of dates to line up. Okay, and a lot of necks to check on. Okay, and that's just on period. So if you want to, be the first to know when things are lit, make sure that you come over to the Official King Payne channel right here on YouTube, the home of the lituation, and subscribe. We're almost to 6K, everybody, so make sure that you are subscribed.
Period. Rebel Son, we know that you are in the new chateau. Will you be giving your YouTube community a very well anticipated, highly anticipated house tour? We want to see the dungeon room. We want to see the fetish room. We want to see, the little person's room. We know you got
right.
Yes, God, what's going on?
Yes. Well, listen, I'm gonna have some I'm gonna do carpool conversations. I'm gonna also have hot tub conversations. Yes. So I'm just gonna be doing some stuff around the house and just finishing unboxing and other things. But I want to start doing more. Everything is happening, with this whole vaccine, and people are taking it more. People are more comfortable to come around. So I wanted to start, having panels with some of my friends coming over, and we having round table, like red table talk conversations.
Yes. Oh, that'll be amazing.
At your house. Ooh, you got a hot tub because
I do have a hot tub.
Ooh, boy, you think you all of that, Rebel, because you got a hot tub. You think you better than other people now because you got this hot tub.
Father God, you know what? That concludes tonight's gentleman panel. You guys, thank you for hanging out with us. I was doing this from my phone, which was new. It's a lot going on, but great show. Love you guys. Who's hosting next week?
Jerry Wilson.
Who's next week? Wilson? Okay, well, you guys know Passer, the head captain in charge, will be over on, okay, Jay Wilson's platform for next week's Gentlemen's Panel. We love you all. Have a wonderful night.